Welcome back, Talents Bell Show. This is a place where you get the real, relevant, relational information. One of the things that help us, made us to come up with that, so that we may give you information. Then what you do with that information is up to you. If that information helps you, well and good. If it doesn't, if it challenges you, we are happy. But we are giving you information that can challenge you. So today we decided to talk about lessons we can learn from the ant. I don't want to mention, but I meet people who are desperate for wealth. I meet people who are struggling to make a living. I meet people who are trying to fight off. They can do anything to make money, including selling their soul. And they're straining. So desperation is a key word in our generation. I've seen people who have gone out and they have died. I've seen people who have done all manner of bad jobs. Desperation. But very small insects, which we may call pests, because at times we spray them with pesticides to just kill them and remove them from our way. Though very small, they think big. Though very small, they do not think small. They do not move as very minute that we don't have an impact. Theirs is thinking big. And they carry roads that is 100 times more than what they're supposed to handle. So what does that mean? They will break those roads into smaller pieces, move with that road, pile. Because their thinking is not about the size of their body. They're thinking bigger. And many a times, as human beings, we have looked at ourselves from a perspective of our small sizes, from a perspective of what we have been told, from a perspective of the words that have been spoken to us. And so many of us are living dreams of other people. We're not living ourselves. When I broke out and decided to courageously move, regardless of where I came from, regardless of how far I had gone, regardless of how much exposure I had, when I break out and realized that I have a bigger thing, I developed a big idea thinking mindset. Came up with this mindset. That's when I started now moving up and pushing great things. And I want to say this, that it is an aspect of us looking down to ourselves. Whether you are young people, whether you are a man married, a woman who is married, a child, a student, you look down at yourself that you say, I cannot make it. Somebody mentions to you, oh, you can become a pilot. Oh, well, how can I fly? I have never even seen an aeroplane. But it is the mindset that moves people. Mindset is what determines how far you go. The way you think. Do you think big or do you think small? The insect, these small, very small insects, the safari ants, they do not think small. They think big. And that thinking big makes them to challenge human beings, makes them to make human beings think about pesticides. You know, if it was not a challenge, we couldn't be thinking about pesticides. We're thinking about pesticides because these are small, but they can really terrorize. And they can really, an army of ants can really terrorize you until you move out of your bed. Very small, but thinking big. Another lesson that we need to pick from the ants is that the ants only handle what they can. They only handle what they can. They don't bite too big. They don't come. They want to bring down the whole of this building. They don't come for the whole building. They'll come for small portions. For those of us who have traveled in this country, and maybe somebody has gone to the northern part of Kenya or the northern part of Rift Valley, have gone to Turkana, you see some very nice molds, tall hills that are built by ants. The ants will start with small fragments, what they can handle. But putting those small fragments together, they build a huge thing, a huge hill. That is an aspect to each and every human being. Though you have a big vision, you must always understand that you must dream big. Start small, but act now. The acting on the small things is now. Though your dream is big, you must handle what you can. If you are a student, it is not your job to tense because you don't know which university you're going to. It is your job to work hard in your subjects so that the subjects may give you an upper hand when you choose your career. If you're a primary school student, it is not in your job to start tensing of which high school you're going to go to. It is in your job to put up those small things, those subjects that you think they cannot make you an individual as somebody, and you put them together because that is what is going to give you a high school. If you're married, it is you to put up your pieces. Speak to your children like you're speaking to the future doctors, like you're speaking to the future pilots. Handle what you can. And I know this is a challenge as we move in life and do whatever we are trying to do. This is a challenge because many of us are complaining of what they don't have. But nobody asks you to use what you don't have. Everybody asks you to use what you have. And this is a challenge from the Safarians. The Safarians will make use of what they can handle. And if they make use, each one of the ants make use of what they can handle, bring them together. Then what happens? At the end of the day, they have built a big hill, a big anthill. An anthill is developed. If you told human beings to make an anthill, it will take time. But it also takes time for the ants. At times, it doesn't matter how long you take. The question is, are you still building? Are you still putting up your pieces together? It's not about how long, but are you still putting your pieces together? Another lesson from the ant is that they're always busy. And one of the things I've realized in the times of social media, TikTok, I'm on TikTok, I'm on IG, I'm on this social media site. But one of the things that I have found out is that at times they can take your time and you lazy around. You can lazy around doing something that is not building your dream. The ants are always busy. At no point will you find the ants not busy. They are busy towards a common purpose. Hard workers are people who separate the time to rest and the time to do something. When they're supposed to do it, they do it so well. When it is time to rest, they rest. And the ants have coined this word for themselves, workaholic. They are always in the business of being hardworking to achieve their big dream. Now, what happens when some of the ants die? I know so many of us have found out ants crossing the river without going to the water, having a bridge. When some of the ants die, it has been discovered that the ants will carry them to go and regenerate, to go and reinvent using the dead ants. So they're going to put them together to put a bridge that they can use. So even the dead materials, they can be used as a stepping stone to the next level. And the Safarians have mastered this art. And I want to challenge human beings that the end of something doesn't mean that that is the end of your life. Over this week, many people were invited to go and do the careers of their choices in the universities. But also, a majority of young people didn't get the placements to the university. That is not the end to your life. Look into your grade. Ask yourself, what is it that I can do after Form 4? Don't just sit down, lazing around and being hopeless that you didn't get a placement. Pick those grades. Ask yourself, can I do a certificate? Can I do an artisan certificate? Can I do a diploma? Then don't stop there. Keep on moving. Because I know some of us are crying because we didn't get an opportunity, a good opportunity to get to campus. Though we had the potential, at some point, maybe we joked, we prayed a lot, we didn't see this coming, or even we panicked. But that is not the end of your life. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put your pieces together, then ask yourself, what is it that I can do with that D plus that I got, with that D minus that I got, without E that I got? You're living at very good times when the government has made us to get so many opportunities. We have so many TVET tertiary institutions, TVET institutions, polytechnics, vocational institutes, where you can go and build your skills. If the head academic courses are not coming your way, what about developing your skills? If the academics and the skills are not coming your way, what about your talent? What is it that you can do? So don't put yourself to a death. The ants will never throw away the dead ants. They're going to carry them because at some point they're going to use them. And this is an aspect of also looking at problems as opportunities, looking at mistakes as opportunities, looking at things that seems dead, but we can make use of them. The last thing I'll speak about the ants is that ants are one of the movements that will really challenge us by how they do their work. It is neat. Why am I saying it is neat? Because they use a common path. They have a common path. You don't just move from wherever, because when they have a common path, they can be able to fight the enemy. They can be able to make it easy for the weaker ones to walk. And if they are doing this, there are others that their only job is to defend the queen. And the queen is hid, because if the queen is fought, that is the end of their generation. What does that mean? That means that at times we must make our dreams to be protected. We must make our visions to be protected. We must make our hub of productivity to be protected. We must always be the people who can hide the dreams of the people we are working with. We can protect the vision because the vision happens to be the queen. This is where our productivity is connected to. We are the people to protect. And the ants have mastered that art of protecting, walking towards a common path, and that common paths give them strength. Those small, as far as all of them are walking towards a common path, then what happens? They make a big impact. It is a challenge to human beings that we wake up, go and study the ants, look and analyze the lessons, put them into practice. Then what happens? You'll be a great person. Success doesn't just come. Success is fought for. Success is worked for. Success is a move out of your comfort zone. So success is breaking that comfort zone and saying to yourself, I'm moving, I'm making it to the top, I'm rising to the top. And the Safarians have mastered that art. I still encourage you, keep on asking questions, keep on commenting, keep on subscribing to Mr. Talanta Africa, keep on subscribing to Mamlaka TV, keep on tuning yourself to this great show. And may God bless you. Keep it real. God bless you. Let us transform our generation. See you next time. God bless you. Bye-bye.